Good evening, everybody. Muy buenas tardes. What a pleasure it is to be back in Echo Park, which was my home for many, many years with my family. We lived up the street, up at Echo Park Avenue. This is an amazing community, and one which really is the face of this city today and the world today, and I believe the face of what this nation will look like tomorrow. And we're here because we embrace that common city of belonging that Los Angeles needs to be in this world today and is. And I'm so excited that we are here at the 7th New American Center ribbon cutting, place where we take the power of local government, of services, and of a beautiful, welcoming place called the library, which we all spend time in, whether we're little children or seniors and everything in between, but a place of belonging in a city of belonging. And those aren't just hollow words. We are opening our doors of opportunity for our immigrant brothers and sisters in this city every single day. This is a difficult time. These are dark times. A moment when people seek to divide instead of unite, who seek to build up walls instead of bridges. We here say our work is to bring people together. I'm so proud to do this work with such amazing leaders. John Szabo, who is our city librarian, an amazing leader, and all of our librarians and library staff, thank you. I come here because I get to be loud in a library. It's like really kind of exciting. But let's give our librarians and John a great round of applause. Our Board of Library Commissioners, our President, Vic Nakao, who is here. Dale is not here? Dale was going to be here, and Dale Franzen, we'll give her a shout out anyway. Go see an amazing musical in New York, or when it comes here, that she's just produced that won the Tony for the best new musical, Hadestown. And the dozen amazing community organizations that we work with at our new American centers. And you'll hear in a moment from Martin Zog of the International Rescue Committee, Angelica Salas of Chirla, both incredible not only LA leaders, national leaders, but international leaders on the issue of migration and of belonging. Also to City Community Development, which has been an amazing partner from the beginning. Thank you for your caring and your embodiment of what the American ideals are about. To Caresen, to PARS Equality Center, to COFEM, to everybody that is here today, here in Echo Park / Temple Beaudry / Temple Beverly / Historic Filipino Town / downtown. And earlier this week, any other claims on the neighborhood? Anybody else want to call it something else? Earlier this week, we celebrated Citizenship Day, also known as Constitution Day. It's a chance for us to pause and reflect that we have a constitution, by the way, in case anybody doubts it these days. But it also is a moment to reflect on who we are as a country and as a nation. The country is the boundaries, it's the institutions, it's the laws. The nation is the people. And here's what I know. Los Angeles has always been, and this nation of America has always been, a place of refuge. We celebrated on the Statue of Liberty. This is a place that I wouldn't be in if we hadn't been that country. Both my grandparents and great-grandparents fled wars, oppression. They were refugees, essentially, before that term existed. And as I mentioned, our history now feels like it's writing some dark chapters. And we had those in our past, too. We didn't always welcome everyone. We had quotas. We had our own camps. We had places where we said it mattered what color you were, what religion you were. And our immigration policy has not always matched and met our ideals and our essential character as Americans. And we may be in the midst of one of those chapters when people are separating families, taking children away, forcing immigrants to choose between health care or food for their children and getting a green card, intimidating folks to not participate in their right to be counted in the census, which is why our work here is so critical. And we're opening up one of the most meaningful doors to opportunity, that of citizenship. Citizenship gives you access to government jobs and assistance. Citizenship gives you freedom from fear of deportation. Citizenship gives you the ability to travel abroad freely, to vote, even run for elected office. There's only one thing you can't run for, and that's president, but every other position you can run for as an immigrant. And that's the door we're opening. By the way, as a side note, I met 2 weeks ago or last week the first Ethiopian American elected to a state legislature anywhere in the country. He says he might be the first Ethiopian American elected official in the country. And Representative Aseva is an embodiment of what this country's all about, that you could come here from another country and in his own lifetime not only become a citizen, but become an elected official representing a diverse population in Las Vegas, our sister city just a little bit to the east. Here, Angelenos can receive guidance through every step of the citizenship process, from help with filling out paperwork to filing that paperwork. And they can take classes to learn about their rights as tenants, gain financial literacy, practice their ESL conversational skills. And there's centers like this all around Los Angeles. There's not a single library that doesn't have some of this assistance. Every library has a citizenship corner. But here, like in our central library, our branch libraries in South LA, Pacoima, Koreatown, Boyle Heights, and Wilmington, we have New American welcoming stations. So, we have this higher level of citizenship centers where we can get you the technical assistance that you need at the highest level the Department of Justice certifies. More than 65,000 Angelenos have either been to our New Americans welcoming stations or our New American centers. That's an amazing thing through 73 branch libraries. And again, I want to thank our library system for being so forward-thinking about this. And every single library will continue to be a safe space for immigrants. No matter what your immigration status is, you are welcome here. This is your library. Because we are a city of belonging, because we are a city of immigrants, because we are a city of second chances. And I know I'm not alone when I say I wouldn't be standing here today if we hadn't had that country. Each one of us has that story. There's some of us whose ancestors came here in chains and voluntarily. Many of us have native blood, and some of us are ourselves 100% Native American, and we're here first. But between those, everybody has a story of immigrants that came here looking for better opportunity and who could advance their and their families' lives. My grandfather, Salvador, was born in the midst of the Mexican Revolution. His father, my bisabuelo, was killed when he was just a one-year-old baby, and my great-grandmother carried him over the border in her arms. I sometimes think about in recent years what would have happened if they had been separated at that border and whether I would be here. But he came here before we had the term dreamer and grew up in Boyle Heights. Didn't graduate from high school, but when World War II broke out and he wasn't a citizen, he didn't have to. He volunteered for the only country he knew and loved, the United States of America, came back as a citizen, learned a trade, joined a union, married my grandmother, a meat packer, who was herself the daughter of immigrants from Mexico, and the rest, as they say, is history. That is the opportunity we want to put it within reach of everybody. So before I turn the mic over, I want to say to anyone who's thinking about taking the first step to citizenship right now, and they're like, oh, no, I just have to hide right now, we want you to come out into the light. We want you to be a part of this. We want you to know your rights. We want you to define your own chapter, be the author of your own chapter, and move things forward as well. Y también en español, yo quiero decir unas palabras before I turn things over to our bibliotecaria. Estamos aquí para celebrar la apertura de nuestro séptimo centro New Americans en la biblioteca de Echo Park. Esta fue la comunidad de mi familia hace muchos años y es una comunidad muy diversa, increíble, muy fuerte también. En estos centros como esto, los angelinos pueden encontrar ayuda con cada etapa del proceso de ciudadanía, desde completar el papeleo hasta enviar la solicitud. Y pueden tomar clases para aprender sobre sus derechos como inquilinos, asesoría financiera, clases de inglés. Hay muchos recursos en nuestras bibliotecas y toda la gente pertenece. En nuestras bibliotecas, toda la gente pertenece. Hay centros como este en nuestra biblioteca central, también en bibliotecas sucursales en el sur de Los Ángeles, Pacoima, Koreatown, Boyle Heights y Wilmington. Y cada biblioteca en Los Ángeles, igual de cualquier departamento de la ciudad, seguirán siendo lugares seguros donde cada angelino, sin importar su estatus migratorio, será bienvenido. Porque Los Ángeles es una ciudad donde toda la gente pertenece. Los Ángeles es una ciudad de inmigrantes. Y lo quiero decir a cada angelino que está pensando tomar el primer paso hacia la ciudadanía. Usted pertenece en esta ciudad y estamos aquí para ayudarle. With that, let me hand it over to our great fearless leader, a man I've been proud to do everything from graduate the first high school class that graduated out of a school and a library to our brand new tech center downtown that is full of a maker space where you can learn about 3D printing and learn STEM skills for a majority, by the way, of the people who participate in that are girls, and has done so much progressive work to help us from everything from homelessness to this mission on citizenship. Please welcome John Szabo.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Get us out of your way. There you go. You can have it all.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much again, Mayor. Thank you for being such a steadfast supporter of all of our libraries and really being a champion of this particular initiative, our New Americans Initiative. I love hearing from library directors around the country when you have talked about this to other mayors, and then those mayors have talked to their libraries, and it gets to spread across the nation. What a great day here in Echo Park. What a great day for the Los Angeles Public Library. As the mayor mentioned, this is a dynamic library system that cares about Angelenos, that is constantly innovative and thinking about new ways that we can serve and have an impact on the lives of the people in this city. I am so excited to be here to be launching the 7th New American Center here at the Los Angeles Public Library, and it's the perfect week to do it. It's Citizenship Week, it's Constitution Week. And thinking back, we began this work a number of years ago as a partnership with the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, and with the goal of serving the 700,000 plus legal permanent residents here in the city and helping them take their first step on the path to citizenship. And we did that through small spaces in all 73 of our libraries called Citizenship Corners. And the work very quickly grew and expanded with the passage of AB 60 and the ability of undocumented residents to have driver's licenses in California, and there was increasing demand, and the library met that demand. And we, a year and a half ago, we launched the New Americans Initiative to reflect this increased service that we provide. And now we have 7 New American Centers where Angelenos can receive one-on-one in-person assistance from our partner agencies and Los Angeles Public Library staff. 73 New Americans Welcome Stations where people can get information on how to take the citizenship test, information about the N400 form, Know Your Rights cards in 20 different languages. This is an immensely important service. It is important for the people of this city, it's important to Los Angeles, and it's important to the LA Public Library. People will come in this library to get a citizenship toolkit or to ask a question, an immigration question, and they will learn about all of the other wonderful resources that we have. So the library sees this as not only doing a good thing and serving the community, but increasing awareness of the richness of all the resources that we have, and that's really fantastic. Although this center is new, and our work serving the immigrant communities isn't new here in LA, although the center is new and our work is certainly not new, and it's been called innovative. We received awards. It's been recognized, but this is who we are. This is what we do here at the LA Public Library. It is part of our bones. It is a core service, and that's just a beautiful thing, and we're mighty, mighty proud of it. All of us are. I want to thank the New Americans Initiative team, Eva Mitnick, Alicia Ramirez, Madeline Ildefonso, and Michelle Song. Raise your hands. You do the work every day to coordinate this program. They are hard at work over there, so I want everyone to look over there. The wonderful staff here at the Echo Park Branch Library. And Vicki Shakora, would you raise your hand? She is our senior librarian and branch manager here. Thank you for your work. The Los Angeles Public Library is fundamentally about access, equity, opportunity, empowerment, lifelong learning. And this New American Center, as all of them throughout the city, reflects those values. And there are wonderful stories that have happened in all of our libraries, people that have become citizens. One of them even went to the White House to get an award from Michelle Obama, which was wonderful. But just think of the stories and the success stories and the people that will get the answers to their questions, the people who will take that first step on the path to citizenship in the space behind me. And that makes me feel good, and that makes us all at the Los Angeles Public Library proud. Again, thank you to everyone who's made this effort a success. And and especially to the Los Angeles Public Library staff and our wonderful community partners who serve the community every day. That's where the magic happens. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Next up, we have Martin Zog, who's the Executive Director of the International Rescue Committee Office here in Los Angeles. The IRC staff is working hand in hand with our Los Angeles Public Library to bring citizenship services and classes to the new American centers. We're so honored to have that partnership with an organization that does extraordinary work. We think of refugee work sometimes as happening in other places. It happens right here in Los Angeles, and we're so proud to be with the IRC. Martin.
Thank you very much. It's a little disconcerting to hear Mayor Garcetti and John say everything I was about to say much more articulately. So let me take a little bit different tack. It is wonderful to see so many familiar faces and longtime partners with us today. I'm grateful you are here for many reasons, but particularly because we get to all together share in taking this next step in implementing our city's vision of immigrant integration. We all know what's been going on with immigration here for the last few years. Refugees, asylum seekers, asylees, virtually all immigrants are under attack. And yet this city has taken the most compassionate, humane approach in response. And not all in defense, although it literally has provided support for removal defense. It has taken an affirmative approach. And this program is a perfect example of the New Americans Center initiative. I think that the library-based citizenship programs are probably the best example of that affirmative approach. It has been wildly successful, transforming the lives of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of immigrants in this city by making new citizens, providing financial literacy education and improving their financial health, and most importantly, giving them new opportunities to be civically engaged. Finally, on behalf of all my colleagues here, I want to thank Mayor Garcetti for your unwavering support of refugees and immigrants, not just in the city, but in this world. That work has never been more important than it is now, and we as a community are deeply grateful. And John, so many thanks to your extraordinary staff and to the work that you've done. We would not have succeeded, obviously, without them. And one final thing, one of the happiest, unexpected results of working in this program for us has been the opportunity to get to know and learn from librarians all over this city, and it has been an absolute joy. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Martin, so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Martin, so much for your words and for your work and for being part of this coalition of defense and offense. It's now my pleasure to introduce a close personal friend and somebody who is a total angel in this city of angels, somebody who leads an organization. We are so lucky that the last part is LA, but it could easily be in Washington, D.C. or New York or any place, but it is here because this is the most important city when it comes to immigration in the United States. And CHIRLA, the Coalition of Humane Immigrant Rights Los Angeles, is led by an extraordinary leader, respected by her peers, who convenes the most important decisions, who picks up the phone and says, Mayor, you got to do X, who tries to figure out the White House how we can get to Y, and somebody who has made this a better and more just city and world. Please welcome Angelica Salas.
Good evening now. My name is Angelica Salas. I'm the executive director of CHIRLA. I'm also a very proud naturalized citizen. So I know what it means to travel through the different immigration statuses and finally arrive at citizenship, and how incredible that moment feels. The pride, the achievement in lifting up your hand and saying the oath of allegiance to the United States of America. It is a moment when I was there, around me I saw immigrants from all over the world who had a deep level of, at that moment, certainly pride, but the kind of, I think in that moment, seeing all your life towards this moment and all the sacrifices and everything that has happened until you were able to say, I too am an American citizen. For most immigrants, it is one of the most significant goals, which is to become that citizen. It means so much to them personally, but also means so much to them and their families. And that's why at CHIRLA, making sure that we promote and we help individuals acquire citizenship is a top priority. We know that citizenship means for our community, it means protection, it means security, it means opportunity for the entire family. Because when a person in the family becomes a citizen, the lives of everybody in that household changes. This is also an opportunity for me to say thank you. This is a moment to give words of appreciation to our mayor, who is actually an incredible evangelist of citizenship around the country, who has led and has been an incredible leader through Cities for Citizenship. Has worked both with the public and the private sector to advance this work. And it is also a moment to appreciate our libraries. And so thank you, John, for the leadership that you have played in certainly here in the city, but across the country, and just showing what we can do together. We have worked very closely with you in the libraries, educating the community at the different New American centers, at Pio Pico in Koreatown, at Junipero Serra in South Los Angeles, in Ben Franklin in East LA, and in Pacoima in the San Fernando Valley. And so we're working directly with your librarians, and these are heroes. They're sheroes in many instances, so I have to say that. But they're incredibly wonderful and welcoming to our community. And so we want to say thank you to you. And it's always a pleasure to be in any room with Martin Zog and with my colleagues who are sitting also here as part of the audience. But I really think in this moment in which there has been so many attacks on the refugee community, it is important that we recognize the incredible work of Martin Zog and his work with the International Rescue Committee here. We will continue to be a place of welcoming for immigrants, a welcoming place for refugees as well. The last thing that I want to say is a message to our community, that become a citizen if you can. You have a whole bunch of people who have your back. We want to be available to you to help you through the process. It could seem complicated. It could be somewhat scary. Is my English up to par? Do I know all the questions that they're going to ask me? But we're there to help you. The library is there to help you. So make this moment not so scary, but instead to make it an exhilarating ride of being part of this country. Y quisiera también dar unas cuantas palabras en español para la comunidad, para decirles, verdad, que como nosotros como CHIRLA estamos muy orgullosos de ser parte de un esfuerzo en nuestras bibliotecas para asegurar que haya la oportunidad de la ciudadanía. Hemos hecho bastantes enlaces con varias bibliotecas a través de toda la ciudad. Aquí están para ayudarles. Hay personas que quieren asegurar que este momento de adquirir la ciudadanía no sea tan complicado. No tengan miedo. Aquí estamos para contestar todas sus preguntas. Y por ese motivo les decimos en la ciudad de Los Ángeles hay muchos recursos, tomen ventaja, háganse ciudadanos, levanten su voz y realmente sean parte de nuestra comunidad en este esfuerzo. Así que bienvenidos a nuestras bibliotecas y háganse ciudadanos. To say thank you, we continue to partner with our libraries, and to say we're here to help and we're here to ensure that our communities all are working together towards being just one community, all joined to where everybody thrives. Muchas gracias.
Thank you so much, Angelica, for your advocacy and for your work and for your results. Next, we're very pleased to have a very special guest, Dora Comelli, who is going to share her story about becoming a naturalized U.S. citizen. This, I think, might be her first press conference, yeah? Maybe? La primera? So, from the heart, I said, your story is our story. The story of the newest American is the story of this country. And we are so excited that you're opening up your story to all of us today. So please welcome una bienvenida a Dora. Okay, suerte.
Thank you. Mayor Eric Garcetti, Mr. John Szabo, City Library Guest Organization and attendees, good afternoon. My name is Dora Comelli, a new U.S. citizen and participant of Los Angeles Public Library. Yes.
All right.
2 years ago, I began my citizenship journey at the Panorama City Library and the New American Center in Pacoima, where my drive and desire to become a U.S. citizen was facilitated by the library and International Rescue Committee. My story is, however, one that started many years ago, like that of other fellow immigrants, and it started in my home, Guatemala. I will now tell my story in Spanish. Mi esposo Byron y yo nacimos en Guatemala. Venimos a los Estados Unidos en los 80s. Emprendimos un largo viaje a una mejor vida. Este sería el sueño americano. Con muchos obstáculos de enfrentar, teníamos que preocuparnos de cruzar fronteras, ríos y hacerlo a salvo con mi hijo mayor y mi esposo. Muy bendecidos, ya que llegamos a lograr a Los Ángeles, California, iniciamos otra nueva vida y vendrían algunos obstáculos con el idioma inglés y la situación migratoria, pero nuestro sueño estaba por realizarse. Aunque nunca nos sentimos fuera de lugar, nuestra condición migratoria solía convertirse en un tema de preocupación, inhabilidad y miedo. Buscar trabajo, aplicar a la universidad o un simple trámite eran obstáculos que nosotros encontrábamos como migrantes. Cuando mi esposo y yo recibimos nuestra residencia en el 2006, yo sabía que después de 5 años podría aplicar para hacernos ciudadanos. Después de muchos años, finalmente un día vi la información de NALEO y ellos me dieron la lista de organizaciones que ayudaban para hacerse uno ciudadano. Y recuerdo vivamente que el primer nombre que vi fue Rescue. Los llamé y todo fue mejor a partir de eso. Empezamos a asistir a las clases en la biblioteca de Panorama City con la maestra Allison, por cierto, muy buena, y el señor Jonathan, excelente. Con nuestras aplicaciones de ciudadanía, ellos nos ayudaron y en el New American Center en Pacoima. En la biblioteca aprendimos sobre la historia del gobierno de los Estados Unidos, aprendimos inglés y también aprendimos sobre finanzas y cómo aplicar este conocimiento a nuestra vida diaria. En el 2017 mandamos nuestras solicitudes de ciudadanía y el 23 de octubre del 2018 recibimos nuestros certificados de ciudadanía. Byron y yo, por fin, se estaba haciendo el sueño realizado. Ahora somos ciudadanos de los Estados Unidos. Y animamos a todos y alentamos a que todos busquen ayuda de IRC para hacerse ciudadanos a través de las bibliotecas, que es muy bueno, muy divertido y muy bonito. The library and IRC helped me and helped my husband become a U.S. citizen. We studied hard and we were support along the way to make sure became U.S. citizen. I hope everyone in Los Angeles goes to their library and asks for help. Sí se puede.
Se puede.